Hi, everybody.
Hi, how are you? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. And my name is Jen Davidson. If you don't know who I am, I'm the co-founder of SuperFastDiet. And we have a fantastic live for you today because I have special guest Angie with me, who is going to tell us all about her journey with SuperFastDiet. So welcome, Angie. Thank you so much for joining us.
So excited to be here.
It's awesome. So Angie, why don't you just tell us a little bit about your journey?
With SuperFast?
Yes.
All right. So firstly, I'll let you know that Jen and I actually went to school together. So that's the reason I came across SuperFastDiet, but I played a little trick on you, didn't I?
She did, actually.
So Jen and I had a little reunion probably about 4 months or so before you launched, and I asked because Jen looked so fantastic, I said, what have you been doing? And she told me all about it. And unbeknownst to Jen, I went and bought the magazine. You launched on the 5th of February 2018, 5-2 day, and I was on straight off the mark. So joined up then and never looked back.
But I didn't know.
No, I didn't. And usually, you know me well, usually there's not many secrets in my life.
No.
But I kept this one to myself because it was set some goals, smash the crap out of them, don't tell anybody, and clap for your damn self. And that's what I did.
So how long did it take you to actually lose your weight, Angie?
So I prefer to say gift to the universe.
Yes,
because we don't want to find it again, do we? We've got lovely people in there, Jacinta and Lorraine. So I haven't got my glasses on.
Hi everyone,
Hi,
it's lovely to
Lorraine.
see you all. And if you do have any questions for Angie today, please let us know so that she can talk to you about her experience. And also just send us a like or send us a love. Let us know you're there. We love to say hello to you. So hi May Reed and hi Lorraine. Lovely to see you guys.
Yeah, and if we don't get to all the questions during the live, I'll cover them off at the end. So the question was, how long did it take me to gift my kilos? I started out at 75 kilos and I had a goal of losing 10 kilos. And I broke that down into sort of 5 kilo increments so it wasn't too scary. I lost the first 10 kilos in about 3.5 months using the 5-2 method.
Yes.
And then I went away on a big European holiday. Thankfully I only put on 1 kilo. And then it took me probably 2 months or so to drop the rest of the weight. So 14 kilos all up.
Oh, wow. That's just amazing. And what was the reason that you actually joined SuperFastDiet?
Because I wanted to be me again. Felt fat and frumpy, and look, I know 75 kilos to some people doesn't seem much, but everyone's journey is different, and those extra 14 kilos to me were really significant. I was in a relationship with someone who was a bit of a couch potato, and it was, if you can't beat them, join them. And I decided, no, this is not me. I wasn't me. So, and I've done lots of other different programs, and this just worked.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And I surprised you, didn't I?
You did. I had no idea, of course, that she had joined. And then she sort of came out into the Facebook group because we have a really very supportive community. Why don't you actually tell everybody about what you think about our community?
Well, that's what got me absolutely hooked. I'm a bit of a Facebooker anyway, but the community from the very get-go was so supportive. You and Vic, the co-founders, are in there all the time, as well as the coaches and other members, and it just was high-end. It was one of the most supportive and safe communities in Facebook I've ever been in. And it's just grown from there. So who's that? Hi Joyce.
Hi Joyce. Hi Denise. Lovely to see you.
Yeah, it's just amazing. It's like we call it our family. So it really is supportive.
Yeah. Well, I know that that we wake up every day to the most amazing stories, in our group, and everybody supports everybody else. It's a really positive environment, and we love it in our group.
And even if people are having a bad day, they still post in there, and there's no negativity. It's people just support, whether you're having a win or a gift.
That's right.
So,
I guess that's what it is. We like to really coach people on a daily basis and support them and keep them positive and informed and
fun.
And
we have fun,
and we have so much fun.
Yeah.
But Why don't you tell us exactly when you actually did join Angie? How were you actually feeling at that time?
I felt like not very happy, very unhappy. I was frumpy. I look back at photos now and I go, who was that? Because even though I still had a smile, there was no joy in that smile. So yeah, I felt that I'd lost me, I guess, and I wanted to find me again, and I have with gusto.
Absolutely. Because of those of you who don't know, the reason that we set up SuperFastDiet in the first place is because I actually had tried everything to lose weight myself. In fact, had even worked in the fitness industry and weight loss industry for decades, and I could lose some weight, but I couldn't keep that off.
Yeah.
And then when I came across these different methods of intermittent fasting, all the different methods that I tried worked beautifully for me, and I ended up being able to lose 35 kilos.
Oh, no.
So
Gift.
gift of 35 kilos to the universe. And so that was the whole reason that we started it up. And that's one of the reasons that it's been sustainable for a lot of people, because we call it the part-time diet.
Exactly, yeah.
And that it's unbreakable. So even if you go off the diet for a day, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get to your end result.
And plus you've got 3 different methods, so one size doesn't fit all. There's no pun intended there either. So yeah, I've done all 3. I've done the 2-day method, which worked really well, and then I was exercising for some international events, so that wasn't enough for me. Then I tried the 3-day, which worked beautifully, and then I sort of just fell into the part-day, and I love that. So the part-day method, just so you know, is eating in an 8-hour window. That window can be any time of the day.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm missing all these.
Yeah. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Jack.
Erica's saying part-time diet, full-time fun.
Yeah, you're right, Erica. It is. We do have a lot of fun.
We do.
That's the big thing about your branding, I think, is the fun that we have. And look, they always say if you do a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And that certainly has happened for me the past few years. It's just so much fun, and it's a joy to go to work every day. I'm probably preempting what I do, but anyway.
That's exactly right. Well, now because Angie had such amazing results, and then she started to be quite active in our group in our Facebook group, and she eventually joined us as a staff member. And what we also have as part of our program is coaching, and Angie has become our head coach, and we have 10 coaches in our team. So yeah, so we actually have personal coaching as well as an option. And yeah, it's so great to have you doing that. And so you've told us about how you were feeling when you first joined. Tell us how you're feeling now.
Wow. In one word, fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. but no, I've got my life back. The big thing for me is confidence. I lost my confidence, and you know me, I'm a pretty bubbly, outgoing person, and I started to retreat, and I thought, no, that's just not me. So totally my confidence. I think a couple of standout comments were when I really realised I had my confidence back. My very first boyfriend that I went out with for 4 years, from 17 to 21, I suppose you call him my childhood sweetheart. Him and I have remained actually good friends. We went to a party about 1.5 years ago, and I walked in and he just looked me up and down. I had that gorgeous watermelon wrap dress on, and he said, "Where's the rest of you?"
Isn't that the best feeling?
Oh, that was tickle pink. And my son, I've got 2, my sons are 30 and nearly 29. My youngest son said to me, he hadn't seen me for a few months, and he just went, "Oh, Mum, you look absolutely fantastic." So it's those sort of compliments. Turning heads, 60 years old, turning heads is pretty bloody nice.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really fun. I'm just
And hello, Alison, and hi,
Kristen, and Fiona.
Hello.
Nice to see you all. Don't forget to pop questions. If I don't catch them up now, I will later. So, but yeah, it's been relatively, I won't say easy, but it hasn't been hard because it's sustainable. We keep saying #no guilt. There's absolutely no restrictions on what you eat or drink. There's just restrictions on your calories.
Which is
But
really
that's
good
not-
if you're a
not
party girl.
Yeah.
Because we are party girls.
We are.
And so it means that you can have a life.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you can socialise you do all the things that you love to do without having to worry.
Well, look at me, for instance, going to Europe for 7 weeks after losing 10 kilos. I'd never been to Europe before, so I had all the pastas and the breads and got my love of Prosecco over there and all the rest of it. I put on 1 kilo in 7 weeks because I just did part-time dieting whilst I was away. So yeah, it's such a great way of life. The other really good thing about my involvement with SuperFastDiet is I've actually got friends all over Australia and all over the world. I can go and stay in Seattle, I can stay in Connecticut, I can stay in New Zealand, I can stay in Perth, Tasmania, Melbourne, you name it, because I've got this whole new family.
Yes.
And it's a family, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And, you know, like all of us being on the journey together.
Yes.
I think that's what makes it really fun as well.
It's really authentic because
really,
we've done it.
Well, we've lived it.
Mm.
We've lived it. And
same with the coaches. The coaches, all 10 of us, have gifted like 200 and something kilos to the universe, but we've all done it using SuperFastDiet. So we know the struggles, we know the triumphs, and we've been there. We're not just educated at uni to tell you how to lose weight. We've done it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we're not like personal trainers who, you know, help other people, and that's great, but may not have had a weight issue themselves.
Yeah.
But we have, and we've lived it, and we've overcome it, and we know exactly how to do it without pain. And that's the difference, isn't it?
Exactly.
Because it means that you can eat the foods you love and have the drinks you love most of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the difference.
Yeah, and it's like it's 90% of this thing up here. Mm-hmm. You know, you get that mindset switched and you're on your way. But yeah,
so
no.
To help others right now, why don't we just do a little bit of coaching right now, Angie?
Okay.
Tell us your 3 top tips, motivational tips.
If you're a member, would be 1, get in the Facebook group every day. There's so much going on. We have challenges, we have weigh-ins on Fridays, we have tips and tricks and all the rest of it. That to me is the number 1. The second one is drink your water. Water is a really important part, and not just for hydration. Mm-hmm. We recommend about 2.5 litres a day. The actual scientific math is about 35 mils per kilo of body weight.
Yep.
So someone who's about 70 kilos, it's 2.5 litres.
Right.
Your water, and as much as you might think it's painful, you do need to count your calories to start with, but trust me, you won't have to eventually count them, because you will know instinctively over time what, you know, because we creatures of habit, we generally have the similar meal plan over 2, 3 or 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. So it was a pain to start with, but I haven't counted a calorie for 3 years. So they're
Fantastic.
my 3 tips.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Angie. Already we're getting some information. But Juanita just had a fantastic question.
Yeah.
Back here, if I can just scroll that down a little bit. Thanks, Juanita. She said, seeing that you were the first setting a goal of 10 kilos, how did you go being older like me, getting those last kilos off? Well, we can really talk to because we are 60.
Yeah.
So we can really talk to that. Yeah.
So as I said, I'd set that initial goal because I thought that that's where I wanted to be. And when I got to that weight, I thought, I think I can do a little bit more. I didn't put a time frame on it. I think that was the biggest thing. I just thought I'll just let my body react to this. Did the part-day method, and it just gradually came off. I do like to exercise, so that helped it along a little bit. But I think don't have unrealistic expectations. Remember that we're not 25 anymore. That we won't be. I used to be 7.5 stone. I worked that out as 48 kilos.
Yeah.
Like I'm early 60 kilos now. If I was 48 kilos, I'd just look shocking, wouldn't I?
Well, yeah, that's right. That's not the same goal
No.
at that particular age, because you don't want to.
No. What does Vic say? It's either your face or your bum. If you lose
or your
too
stomach.
much. Or, yeah.
But you know what? I would just want to recircle back onto that too, because intermittent fasting is actually fantastic for menopausal women. Mm-hmm. It's something that actually does work through menopause. So, and it's been scientifically proven. We have many experts on SuperFastDiet. So we've got Dr. Krista Barity, who is the go-to scientist in the world. We actually when Vicky and I started this program, we flew to different locations to meet the best experts in the world, and she will attest to the fact that this works brilliantly for women of a certain age. Absolutely, it works for women of all ages.
That menopausal midriff.
But that menopausal midriff, and the reason why is because intermittent fasting is fantastic for working on the visceral fat, which is the fat that sits around the organs, and that's the fat that sits around the midriff area. So you will find that this is something that does work for that age group. And here's Erica.
Erica says it's working for me, and she's 55 years young.
That's
yes, I love that.
Right. Yes, and we have many members in SuperFast Diet who will also agree with exactly this, that they've had results like they've never been able to have before.
Yeah, and we don't tell you to flog yourself at the gym, 4 days a week. You don't have to do that. You attest to that. You had a broken knee and you lost 35 kilos.
I had 2 broken knees.
Oh, 2, okay.
I had 2 broken... I couldn't do any exercise. I used to go to the gym and just try and work my upper body.
Oh, okay.
But I found I struggled doing that, really.
Yeah.
So I just really couldn't exercise.
Yeah.
And we actually know now that the statistics around exercise and diet are really more, it's 10% exercise and 90% of what you eat, rather than, the average being around 20% exercise and 80% what you eat. It's more like 10%.
But we do it for the 90% for here as well.
Well, we still encourage exercise, definitely.
Yeah, any exercise. What your analogy is often just turn the handle of your front door, walk out for 10 minutes and turn around and come back, and there's 20 minutes walk.
That's exactly right. That's how to start.
Yeah.
Even 5 minutes,
exactly.
and work your way up gently. You don't have to feel like you are doing something that's difficult. Now, Felicity's got a great question.
She said, I'm 70 and looking forward to getting rid of the back flaps.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go for it, Felicity.
Felicity, it's so exciting to get rid of them. I can't tell you.
One of our coaches just turned 70 and she was rocking, where was her dress from? She had this gorgeous animal print dress and she's lost like 14 kilos and looks like a rock star.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's right.
Flash. So, yeah, it'll work for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think something else too, like to be of a certain age and to feel 20 years younger, and in your case looking 20 years younger, but I have never actually felt better in my life. How do you feel?
Yeah, the energy. I used to be a little bit of a nana napper, and I want to talk about that in a second, because I am a nana now. And yeah, because I was tired because I was carrying around this extra 14 kilos, and I just wasn't feeling good about myself. Now I still get tired, and I might lie down once a week at 3 o'clock, but I don't go to sleep because my brain is just like on fire.
I've just never had as much energy in my life since I've done this.
Yeah.
And it actually is one of the benefits of doing this way of life and this way of eating. And it's often even called intermittent eating, by the way, because it's just more about the timing of things more than anything. And it is something that also has scientifically proven health benefits to it as well.
Yeah.
And one of the things is this amazing feeling of well-being that you do have from it.
Yeah.
But it also helps prevent many diseases as well, which is amazing.
Mm.
And so how did your mindset actually change going through the journey?
Oh, okay.
Do you remember the stages?
Yeah, I do remember the stages. I was really, it took me a couple of weeks to get my head around, having 500 calories. But when you look at what is 500 calories and all the tools and tips and information's there when you become a member. So we've got such handy tips of what a 500 calorie day looks like. Then I just got into it and I was so excited, and every week I'd weigh in and go, oh wow, there's 800 grams down, or there's a kilo down, and get into the Facebook group. So it just became a new way of life for me. We don't like to call it a diet, that 4-letter word. We like to call it like a lifestyle or a way of life. So I just kept going, and I knew when I went to Europe for 7 weeks that I wasn't going to just deprive myself on pasta and all the rest of it.
That makes me remember something that you did when you were in Europe. Why don't you tell everybody what you did when you were in Italy? So
I travelled to Italy or to Europe for 7 weeks, probably about 4 weeks on my own. The other was doing some sporting events. But so I said I was determined I was going to buy myself a bikini on the Amalfi Coast, and I was going to hire my own private chartered boat and go over to the island of, the Isle of Capri, and I did exactly that. I bought this most beautiful bikini, and I lay like a queen on the front of this boat that I had all to myself. And it didn't matter that the boat broke down at one stage, but
Well, you got more
it was
photos.
just so, what's the word? The feeling of elation that I've done this, and I still, lost 4 kilos after that. Just that confidence word is just amazing. So, yep.
You can really go down from the absolute depths of how you feel about yourself to feeling incredibly, as you say, elated.
Euphoric.
Euphoric is the
probably
word.
yeah.
I remember when one of my golden moments was when I actually tried on a pair of white jeans.
Yes.
And I had purposely not done that through the journey because I just didn't believe that I could ever fit into a pair of jeans that were a size 10. And I did it this particular day as a sort of a little experiment. And because when the day that I actually got into those jeans, I actually felt euphoric.
Oh, I know.
I was in shock, absolute shock. And I ran around the shopping centre and I tried on all the jeans that I could find in all the different shops to make sure it was true.
Yeah. And I did the same in Sorrento, which is on the Amalfi Coast. I bought a pair of size 9 skinny jeans, and yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Very exciting. We've got some lovely
bikini goals, yes.
very liberating. And there was another
liberating.
lovely comment earlier too. I'll just scroll back so I can read it to you. Erica says, SFD gives you the confidence to believe in yourself because we are our own worst enemies. And we talk a lot about that mean girl that lives in the head.
Yeah. Kick it to the curb.
That's exactly right. As you know, we're big fans of Melissa Ambrosini, who wrote about having the mean girl. And we really work on the positive girl and the positive boy in your head instead of the mean one, because it's all about lifting that self-confidence and feeling fantastic about yourself. It all adds to it, and it's a lovely circle because as you start to gift those kilos, you start to feel better and better about yourself, and you're not struggling to do it.
Some of my clients actually name their mean girl for someone that
really?
they might have, mightn't be too fond of, so it works for them. So yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. And so tell us what your life is like now, Angie.
My life is fantastic. I've now been working with you guys as your super coach. I do some marketing stuff and Facebook stuff, and yeah, it's fabulous. It's just like working in another family. As I said, I've got beds all over the world. Not with men. I hope my partner's not watching. Not with, so
you've got somewhere to stay.
Yeah, somewhere to stay
with new friends.
Just a great life. I've got energy. I seize the day. Carpe diem. I know Vic often says that's my saying. Seize the day, and I do that pretty much every day. I was on the water at Pittwater in a dragon boat this morning at 6 a.m. I wouldn't have done that, regularly 14 kilos heavier because I felt lazy, It's that whole thing of the lazier you feel, the lazier you get, but you just got to rip the Band-Aid off sometimes, don't you? And
you absolutely do.
Go for it.
And I think everybody would like to hear a little bit more about your life, in that you have you belong to the dragon boat races for a reason. So why don't you tell everybody why?
I'll just go back a little bit. I was body shamed by the father of my children, who is actually now my ex-husband, telling me after having 2 children that my body disgusted him. So that's when my journey started. Went up and down a little bit. But then in 2002, I was diagnosed with high range or high grade breast cancer at age 41 years old. So that was pretty sort of devastating to hear that news. My kids were 10 and 11 at the time. I went through 12 months of treatment from being diagnosed to finishing, and then I fell into a big black hole. Put on weight, and but the good news story about that, I don't want you to feel sad about that, and that's why I embrace my age, because it's a privilege denied to many. And now I've been paddling for nearly 16 years. It's taken me to Canada, America. I went to Hungary. I went to Florence in Italy to paddle.
And dragon boat racing raises money for breast cancer.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. Well, there's
research.
a sporting side and everything. I'm a bit sporty as well, but it's proven.
You'll wear your pink shirts.
And it's
yeah.
really good. The upper body exercise is really good for recovery. So that's what got me into that. And I'm still here nearly 20 years later when I was supposed to not be around for about 5 years. So
that's right.
Yeah, still here annoying everybody and enjoying doing that.
Fantastic. And I know that I have heard that when you are gifting those kilos to the universe, it's one of the best preventions of breast cancer.
Yeah.
And intermittent fasting in particular is also one of the best methods for preventing, especially it works very, very well. It's been proven that it works very, very well when you're doing chemo with it, which is amazing.
Unfortunately, I didn't have it back then for me
They
to
didn't
do,
have it then, but yes,
now, yeah.
it is good to know though that apparently to give the kilos is even more powerful than the most powerful drugs.
Right.
It's so important to help prevent it by doing that.
Yeah.
So that's just an extra thing.
Who else have we got there that's watching? Oh, Nicola. Nicola's watching. She's
And
my
hi,
breastie too.
Oh, she's amazing. Another wonderful, two beautiful super coaches that have said hello to us right now too,
Yay.
which is amazing. And so, Angie, what other things had you tried in the past?
Oh, just the usual WW, the cabbage soup diet. Did you try that all the years?
Believe me, I'm an expert. I have honestly tried
my
most
goodness.
things.
But I mean, they work, but they work short term. They're unsustainable. They don't work long term. This is simply a change of your life. It's a lifestyle going forward. It's not a diet per se. It's not 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months, 12 months. It's just something like every day you go into. You get up and you go to the bathroom or you have your shower and you get dressed, you go to work, whatever you do. This is part of that.
That's right.
You prep a bit on Sunday, you plan a bit on Sunday, and it's just your week ahead. So it's really a no-brainer, to be honest.
Fantastic. Well, but you know what? Everybody can actually join right now for $1, and we will give you 28 days of our program, full access to absolutely everything. All the recipes, all the meal plans,
All the videos.
access to the Facebook group.
Facebook group.
Absolutely
is second to
everything.
none. Yeah.
Right now, you can do that. So we'll put the link for you if you're interested in that, because
that
what have
in.
you got to actually lose?
Except the weight.
Except for the kilos. But you know what would you say about to people right now about giving it a go and are feeling a little bit nervous about that?
Look, it's $1, okay, for 28 days. There's no catches. You can opt out any time.
That's
if
right.
you decide to go forward, it's only $10.80 a
And
week.
cancel any time.
Cancel any time. There's no contracts. There's no lock-ins. I just say give it a go because, look, really, it's changed my life forever in so many different ways. Yeah, I can't say more than that. Just go for it.
There's a lovely lady right here. And hello, Anne Charlotte. She's saying she did keto for a year, lost nothing, started SuperFastDiet, and over 8 kilos in 4 months
Oh
gone.
my goodness, that's amazing, Anne.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
Anne. Well done, you.
And you can still live. You can still have your red frogs like I do. You can still drink your Prosecco like I do. So, yeah, you don't have to forego anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, Angie, thank you so much.
Can I just share one thing?
Oh, please.
As a super mum's week.
Oh, Super Mum's
So
Week, yes.
I've got 2 sons, as I told you before. One's just turned 30. The other one's getting married in September, so I've got a really good goal to just drop a couple of little cozy COVID kilos. But I became a grandma, or Angie, as they call me.
I love Angie.
Last December, and it's just the most beautiful thing. I know I haven't got kids sort of to look after, but the most beautiful thing to see your own child have a child, and him telling you how to hold the baby, to feed it, and things like that, and just gorgeous. In the other day, I said he just turned 30 and he didn't want to have a party. He said, I just want to hang out with my daughter, Mum. And it just like melts your heart. It's just the most nourishing thing to see.
And what a role model you are for your beautiful granddaughter. You know,
Amara, what a beautiful name.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. She's gorgeous.
It.
She's all chubby and beautiful, and I'm going up there in a couple of weeks to give her a hug again. They're in Brisbane, so it meant that I couldn't meet her for a couple of months because of the lockdown, but that's all good.
Yeah, you've seen her now.
So to all the mums and all the grandmas and nanas and nannies and out there, just enjoy.
You're all superstars.
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah.
And I think that, and you know, we've had a number of mothers and daughters in the program where one has inspired the other, and we've seen amazing results because of being that role model for that other person.
Yeah, and supporting each other as well.
That's also another reason to celebrate motherhood this week as well.
Yeah.
And how you inspire your family members and friends. So thank you
don't
for that.
think about it, just think about it. It's $1, 28 days. That's a whole month of so much information. Here I am showing you, you know, what it looks like at 60, 14 kilos down and feeling just fantastic. So give it a go. You won't regret it.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And that's the same for me too. I mean, I was a different human being 6 years ago even, well 7 years ago. It took me 1 year to lose 35 kilos. I was what I call a turtle now because our members lose at such a fast rate now.
But there's no race, is there?
It's no race because it's up to what suits your lifestyle and how you want to do that so that you're enjoying your life and your social life and your food. And your food is one of the greatest pleasures of life.
Yeah.
So we absolutely celebrate food at SuperFast Diet because we love our food. We're foodies. And so we show you all the different swaps and tips and tricks you can do so that you can still have all your favourite things and still even be on a fasting day, which is a low calorie day.
We've actually got a guide that's called the Intermittent, the Party Girl's Guide to Intermittent Fasting. So yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
and we've got some lovely comments just here. Lorraine, gorgeous Lorraine, is saying thank you for being here. Regina's saying hi. So many beautiful comments. Juanita's saying thanks, ladies. Oh, thank you for all your absolutely amazing comments from everybody.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't been able to
I'll go through them.
Read all of them. We'll answer them all because we just appreciate it so much. Thank you, Annette. She's saying hi, Jen and Angie. Annette from Southport. Such good advice.
Oh, thank you, Annette.
So thank you, Angie.
Yep.
Okay,
so we'll say see you soon, and we'll pop the link in below, and we'll see you on the inside of the fantastic Facebook group. And,
absolutely. So you got, as you say, what have you got to actually lose to give this a go? 28 days of our program.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity. So we hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Cheerio. Bye.